Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy and this is yoga. So for those of you just joining us, we do focus quite a bit on vinyasa yoga with this channel, which is what we're going to do today. So we're going to go ahead and get started by taking a nice comfortable seated cross-legged position towards the center of the mat. Palms are down, fingertips wrapped around your knees, shoulders down and away from your ears, eyes are soft. Really think about lengthening into your spine. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up and exhale, sweep your arms back. Fingertips pointed towards the center of the mat. Begin to lean back into your elbows and hinge the elbows ever so slightly. And really think about opening up your collarbone. Inhale, see if you can lengthen into the front of your neck. And exhale, pull your neck nice and long. Again, inhale, see if you can lengthen the front of your neck. Exhale, again, back to neutral. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, push forward, reach your arms forward and up, and exhale once again, sweep the arms back, tip back, pulling the elbows back. Inhale, lengthen your neck. Exhale, neutral. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, neutral. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, push forward, reach up, and exhale once again, sweep back. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold over your simple seated cross-legged position. And make sure that you're only taking your arms as far forward as your body will allow you to go. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Nice deep breaths. You should feel a little bit of an opening into your low back and hips. And inhale, exhale, begin to come forward, rolling to tabletop position. I'm going to go ahead and turn to the side so that you can see me a little bit more clearly. Try to keep your wrists directly below your shoulders and your knees directly below your hips. And with your hands and wrists lined up underneath the shoulders and knees, lined up with the hips, you're going to begin to inhale into cow and exhale round through into cat, drawing your navel in. Inhale and exhale, really warming up that core, warming up the spine. Exhale, take your hips back to your heels, coming into extended child's rest with your arms coming forward. Breathe deeply, really allowing your low back to expand on every inhalation. Inhale, back to tabletop position. Exhale, round through to cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale, round through to cat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to neutral spine. And this time as you exhale, turn to look over your right shoulder. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, turn to look over your left shoulder. Inhale, neutral. So we're just getting the neck moving a little bit more, warming up into the neck, or as we call it, cervical spine. Inhale to neutral and exhale. Come back to extended child's rest for 5 breaths. And keep in mind that 1 breath is 1 inhalation and 1 exhalation. On your next inhalation, come back to tabletop. Exhale, round through to cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale, round through. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, turn to look over your right shoulder. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, look over the left. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time each side. Inhale to a neutral spine. And as you exhale, begin to curl your toes under, knees and hips. Come up into your downward facing dog. And I'm going to go ahead and turn back to where I'm facing you. So in your downward facing dog, I want you to really think about pushing your shoulders back towards your toes to really lengthen your spine. So essentially you're creating an inverted V. You're reaching your sit bones towards the sky. If you do have to keep your knees a little bit bent here, of course, you may certainly feel free to do so. The main thing is the spine and the evenness of downward dog. So I want you to try to keep your hands aligned with your shoulders, feet in alignment with your hips, and begin to walk the dog. And once again, I'm going to turn back to the side just to demonstrate walking the dog. So you're going to roll through your feet and you're keeping the ball of your feet into the mat. You do not necessarily have to drive your heels all the way down. Really listen to your body. Focus on working with your breath here as well. Inhale, lift up one heel. Exhale, switch sides. Inhale, hold. And exhale, release your knees to the mat, coming back to tabletop position, and take your hips to your heels, returning to child's rest for about 5 breaths. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale, round through to cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale, round through. Inhale. And again, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Turn to look over the right shoulder. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, left shoulder. And continue to move side to side, working with your breath. One last time on each side. Inhale back to neutral. And exhale, curl your toes under, knees and hips. Come back up to downward facing dog. Again, walking the dog. Inhale, hold. Exhale, tabletop position, hips, heels, child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale, round through to cat. Inhale into cow. And again, a couple more times here. Exhale, turn to look over your right shoulder. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, left shoulder. And again, continue to move through that warm up. One more time on each side. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, curl your toes under. Knees and hips are back into downward facing dog and walk the dog. Inhale, hold. Exhale, this time walk your hands to your toes, coming to the very back of your mat. And we're coming into forward fold or Uttanasana. So I'm going to go ahead and once again turn to the side to demonstrate for you. With forward fold, you do not have to straighten the legs. What I want you to do is to really relax the back of your neck. So really think about releasing your head down. Let gravity naturally do the work for you. Try to relax the muscles to the back of your neck or upper trapezius. Inhale, exhale, nod your head yes. Inhale, shake your head no. Exhale, nod yes. Inhale, shake no. Exhale, nod yes. And again, inhale, shake no. And hold. Exhale, clasp your elbows, gently swing from side to side. So all we're doing here is releasing into either side of the low back. And in terms of exercise, we refer movement through stretch. We refer to that as dynamic stretches. So essentially, we're just doing a dynamic stretch for the muscles to either side of the low back, reaching all the way down into the rector spinae muscles, down into the tensor fascia latae, getting a little stretch through there, gently swinging from side to side. Release the back. Inhale, hold. Exhale, release the arms down. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, keeping the tailbone tucked in, and then lengthen your spine. Reach up, palms together. Exhale, hands to Namaste. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, swan dive forward. Once again, relax the back of your neck. Allow your head to hang. So I'm going to go ahead and turn just to where I'm going to be able to face you once again. On your next inhalation, you're going to walk forward, taking your hands forward, coming back to downward facing dog. Really pull your spine nice and long. And again, walk the dog. Work with your breath. Inhale, lift one heel, exhale, switch sides. Inhale, hold downward facing dog. Exhale, knees to the mat. Inhale into cow. Exhale, round through to cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale, round through. Inhale. Exhale. And turn to look over the right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, turn to look over the left. Continue to move through that dynamic stretch. Inhale to neutral and exhale, child's rest. We're going to begin to make our way into our sun salutations. Inhale, come back to tabletop position. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. And as you exhale, begin to lower the hips halfway down and then tuck in your tailbone, engaging your glutes. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower the hips, tucking in the tailbone. Again, engaging your glutes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And this time as you exhale, draw your right knee to your chest. Step your right foot between your hands. Lower the left knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up. So we're coming into a slight back bend, really releasing the psoas. Take deep breaths and see if you can start to look up towards your hands. Again, lengthening into the front of the neck. Inhale, exhale, lower those arms down. Inhale, curl the toes of your left foot under. Exhale, lift your left knee up. Inhale, step back, returning to downward facing dog. Exhale, knees to the mat, hips to heels, child's rest for 5 breaths. So you should be starting to feel a little bit warm. On your next inhalation, come back to tabletop and exhale, downward facing dog. And again, walk the dog. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower the hips, tuck in the tailbone to engage the glutes. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, take your left knee to your chest and step your left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale, arms come up to that low lunge. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. Inhale. Exhale, lower the arms down. Inhale, curl your toes under. Exhale, lift the knee. Inhale, step back to downward facing dog. And again, walk the dog. Inhale, hold. Exhale, knees to the mat, hips to heels. Child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, building into our sun salutations. Knees and hips come back up to downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, lower the hips all the way to the mat. Release your toes. Press up and through your shoulders and see if you can look up into cobra. We're going to stay here for about 5 breaths. Again, make sure to engage your glutes to support your lower back. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat, coming into prone position. Inhale, shoot your arms back. Exhale, hands next to your chest to push-up position. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. And from here, we're going to go right into our sun salutations. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands, left knee to the mat. Inhale, arms come up to the low lunge. Exhale, lower those arms down. Inhale, curl your back toes under. Exhale, step forward, coming to forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up, palms together. Exhale, hands to Namaste. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, swan dive. Inhale, step the right leg back. Exhale, right knee to the mat. Inhale, arms come back up to low lunge. Exhale, lower your arms down. Inhale, curl your toes under, lift the right knee. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, come to a high plank position. And then lower your hips all the way to the mat to cobra. Inhale, exhale, lower to prone position, arms by your side. Inhale, slide your hands forward to push-up position. Exhale, child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, step your left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale, arms come up to low lunge. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, curl your toes under, lift the right knee. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Reach up, palms together. Exhale, hands to Namaste. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, step the left leg back. Exhale, left knee to the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, curl your toes under, lift the knee. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, lower to cobra. Inhale. Exhale, lower to push-up. And come to prone position. Inhale, sweep the hands forward to push-up position. Exhale, child's rest for 5 breaths. And we're going to go through that sequence one more time. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Inhale, arms up to low lunge. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, curl your toes under, lift the back knee. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to Namaste. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, step the right leg back. Exhale, right knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, curl your toes under, lift the right knee. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, lower to cobra. Inhale, exhale, push up into prone. Inhale, slide the hands back forward to push up. Exhale, child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, step the left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale, arms come up to low lunge. Exhale, lower the arms down. Inhale, curl your toes under, lift the right knee. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, up to standing. Reach up. Palms together. Exhale, hands to Namaste. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, step the left leg back. Exhale, left knee into the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, curl your toes under, lift the knee. Exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale to cobra. Inhale. Exhale, lower to push-up position. And reach those arms back to prone. Inhale, take the hands back to push-up position. Exhale, child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale, back to tabletop position. Exhale into a downward facing dog. And we're going to go through our warrior sequence for today. So you're going to inhale and lift your right leg up into 3-legged dog. In 3-legged dog, I want you to try to create a nice long line all the way from your fingertips up to your heel. And I'm going to see if I can create enough room to turn to the side so you can see just a little bit more clearly here. So you're going to lift the leg up. And so what we're endeavoring to do is to create a line from the fingertips up to the right heel. To do that, we must engage the glute of the right hip, and we must really engage into that base leg. If you do have to keep the heel up, you can here. If you have to keep the knee bent, you can do so here as well. I want you to make sure that you're really engaging into the shoulders and spine. Breathe deeply with your gaze into the mat. I'm going to turn back so that I can get myself into alignment. So you're going to inhale through your nose once again. Exhale through your mouth. Make sure to keep the fingers and toes spread wide. Inhale. Exhale, go ahead and take your right foot between your hands and turn your left foot out to a 45-degree angle. Inhale, arms come up into warrior one. So with warrior one, I want you to try to keep that right knee directly over the ankle. Really think about opening into your chest. See if you can look up to really lengthen into the front of your neck. Breathe deeply. Inhale, exhale, lower the arms down. Inhale, lift the left heel. Exhale, child's rest for about 5 breaths. Really allowing that low back to expand. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Coming back to that 3-legged dog. Again, remember to really ground down into that base leg, power into that base leg. Engage the glutes of the left hip. Inhale. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. Turn the right foot out to a 45-degree angle. Inhale, arms come up to warrior one for a few breaths. Inhale. Exhale, lower the arms down. Inhale, step back. Exhale, child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale, back to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg to 3-legged dog for, once again, 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Left foot turns out to a 45-degree angle. This time, inhale, lift the left arm up and come all the way up to warrior two. So I want you to try to keep your shoulders stacked over your hips. And I want you to try to keep your tailbone tucked in. And you'll notice that you must engage your glutes to keep the tailbone tucked in, engaging the abdominals as well here. I want you to pretend there's an invisible string connecting your navel to your spine, and it's pulling your navel in tight. Look towards your back arm. Make sure that your arm is lined up with your shoulder. See if you can bend a little more deeply into the right leg. Taking nice deep breaths. Inhale, lift your left arm up and pinwheel all the way back down to lunge position. Exhaling. Inhale, step back, downward facing dog, and exhale to child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg to 3-legged dog and hold for 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale, step the left foot forward. Right foot turns out to a 45-degree angle. Inhale, pinwheel all the way up, adjusting to warrior two. Once again, try to keep the arms lined up with your shoulders. See if you can bend down a little more deeply into that front leg. keeping the knee bent at a 90-degree angle, engaging your core, tucking in the tailbone. Inhale, pinwheel all the way back down to lunge. Exhale. Inhale, step back, downward facing dog. Exhale, child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg to 3-legged dog, again for 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Left foot turns out to a 45-degree angle. Inhale, arms come up. First coming into warrior 1 to set up for warrior 3 into a balance. Exhale, shift forward to your front leg. Inhale, lift the back leg up. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and turn to the side so that you can see a little bit more clearly. From here, I want you to create a nice long line from your back heel all the way to your fingertips. Again, keeping that core engaged. Make sure to keep the knee of the front leg slightly bent. Inhale, step back to warrior 1. Exhale, back to child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg to 3-legged dog for 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale, step between your hands. Right foot turns out. Inhale, arms up to warrior 1 to transition to warrior 3. Again, we're creating a nice long line from the fingertips all the way back to that heel, all the way to the toes. Inhale, step back. Exhale, back into child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg to 3-legged dog for 5 breaths. See if you can lift the leg a little bit higher. Inhale, exhale, step between your hands. Left foot turns out. Inhale, arms up to warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, adjust to warrior 2. Inhale, pinwheel back down to a lunge. And exhale, child's rest for 5 breaths. So we're putting it all together. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg to 3-legged dog. Hold for 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, step between your hands. Right foot turns out. Inhale, arms up to warrior one. Exhale, transition to warrior three. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, open out to warrior two. Inhale, pinwheel. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, child's rest for 5 breaths. Now we're going to add a little extra element just to focus a little bit more on core. Again, think in terms of a string. Detach from your navel and it's getting tighter every time you exhale towards your spine. So you're going to inhale to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, step between your hands. Inhale, reach those arms up to warrior one. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach your right arm up, reversing the warrior. Exhale to triangle pose, lengthen the front leg, hips are stacked. Inhale, reverse, lengthening into the obliques. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, pinwheel back to that lunge. Exhale, back to child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale, back to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg to three-legged dog. And exhale, step between your hands. Right foot turns out. Inhale, arms up, warrior one. Exhale, transition to warrior three. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, reverse that warrior. Exhale, triangle, lengthen that front leg. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, pinwheel back to lunge. Exhale, back to child's rest for 5 breaths. You might be feeling slightly winded, kind of warm here. That's a good thing. You might even be feeling a little bit shaky, just as long as you're not having what I've previously referred to as Hertz donuts, or you didn't Hertz donut yourself. No pain, just stretch, maybe a little bit of a burn. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg to three-legged dog. Exhale, step between your hands. Left foot turns out. Inhale, arms up to warrior one. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, pinwheel. Exhale, lunge. This time, inhale, step back to high plank position. Shoulders over the wrists. And so your toes are spread wide. You're on your tippy toes, driving the heels back. Inhale, navel drawn in tight. Exhale. Inhale, navel drawn in tight. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, back to child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg to three-legged dog. Exhale, step between your hands. Right foot turns out. Inhale, arms up to warrior one. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, pinwheel back to lunge. And exhale, back to high plank. And hold for a few breaths. Inhale, exhale, child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale, tabletop. And exhale, come back down to prone position. Arms by your side, palms down. Go ahead to come to rest. Come into rest on one of your cheeks, either your left cheek or your right cheek. We're going to take a little breather here. And then go ahead and turn your head the other way, resting on the other cheek. Now from here, come to neutral so that you're facing your mat. And inhale. And as you exhale, begin to lift your legs up. And make sure that you're keeping your feet nice and flexed. Toes spread wide. Inhale. Exhale, lower the legs down. And come to rest on your cheek. Nice deep breaths. And switch sides, resting on the other cheek. Come to neutral, looking down towards your mat. Inhale. Exhale, begin to lift your legs, feet flexed, toes spread wide, and hold here for a few breaths. Engaging your glutes to help support the lower back. Inhale. Exhale, release the legs down, and again, come to rest on your cheek, breathing deeply. So we're making our way into our locust pose for today. Always remember to engage the muscles of your core. It's all those muscles that wrap around your spine. So you're engaging your, what we call the transverse abdominis. I'm going to go ahead and come up to kneeling to demonstrate. So your transverse abdominis muscles go around the front. Your rector spinae muscles are the muscles to either side of the low back. So I want you to really think about corseting in and engaging those muscles to help support you into locust so that you're helping to support your low back. And of course, always engage the muscles that are proximal to your core muscles. Engage your glutes, and you're lengthening into your psoas to the front of your body. So with your arms by your side, inhale, begin to lift your head up. Lift your shoulders up. Exhale, lift your legs up, feet flexed, toes spread wide. And we have a couple of options for the arms. Either reach the arms straight back, or today, if you would like, you could clasp your hands behind your back as well. And with your gaze coming forward, really think about lifting up and at the same time engaging those muscles. Inhale. Exhale, release back to prone. Inhale, slide your hands next to your shoulders, coming to push-up position. And exhale, release to child's rest, coming into our counter pose. Releasing the muscles that we just used. On your next inhalation, come back to tabletop position. Exhale, cross your ankles and roll back to your simple seated cross-legged position. From here, go ahead and take your feet forward, knees bent, hands next to your hips. Use the strength of your arms to come to the center of your mat. Reach forward, inhale. And as you exhale, one vertebrae at a time, releases you all the way down into the mat. And I'm going to go ahead and turn to the side so that you can see me just a little bit more clearly. So with your arms resting by your side, palms facing down, begin to soften your eyes and windshield wiper your knees from side to side, releasing the hips a little bit. We utilize the hips quite a bit today. We also utilize the core quite a bit. And a really good simple stretch to do for those core muscles, especially for the abdominal muscles, is to go ahead and lengthen the legs along the mat. So I'm going to try to demonstrate for you. So go ahead and see if you can reach your fingertips and toes to opposite ends of the room, and you're just going to create a nice long line from your fingertips all the way down to your toes. I'm going to go ahead and turn back, just reaching and stretching into those abdominals. Inhale, exhale, go ahead and bring your heels to your glutes. And again, I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see a little bit more clearly. Start to take your knees to your chest. And now we're stretching the lower back. Nice deep breaths. And since we did use the hips quite a bit today, go ahead and start to take the right knee to the right shoulder, left knee to the left shoulder. If you would like to stay here, you may certainly feel free to do so. Otherwise, we have the option of lifting the heels up, flexing the feet, binding the toes into happy baby. And hold. Inhale, exhale, knees together. Go ahead and take both knees over to your left and take your right arm over to the right. Turn to look over the right shoulder into a modified spinal twist. And take the knees back to center and switch sides. Both knees go over to the right. Left knee goes out to the left, looking over the left shoulder. And take knees back to center. And go ahead and rest your feet onto the mat. And again, I'm going to go ahead and turn to face you. And we're going to begin to transition our way into our Shavasana for today. Slide out the right heel, followed by your left. Arms by your side, palms up. Allow your eyes to drift closed. Soften your brow. Relax your jaw. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your nose. Begin to really let go of and silence any strenuous thoughts that you may be still holding on to. And let go of any tension that may still remain from your fingertips, traveling all the way down to your toes. I want you to feel as though your mind is drifting towards the sky and your body is sinking deep within the earth. Let go and focus only on your breathing. We're going to begin to bring ourselves back into our surroundings. If you would rather stay in Shavasana, you may certainly feel free to do so. Otherwise, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Slide in your right heel, followed by your left. Roll over onto your right side and use the strength of your arms to come all the way up to a nice comfortable seated cross-legged position, and allow your eyes to come back into the room, allowing your eyes to drift open. Palms down, shoulders over the hips. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, lower the arms down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Try not to bump anything. Exhale, release. I don't know if you guys are using a smaller space as I am. If you're using a larger space, of course, spread those arms out nice and wide as you reach up. Inhale, reach up, palms together. Exhale, take your hands to heart center. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. And of course, as always, if you have any areas of the body that you would like for us to focus on the most, feel free to drop a comment below. And of course, like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification button. Thanks again, everybody. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.